Hej med jer, mit navn er Brian Lykke, og du kigger på Watch Me podcast, som i dag bliver optaget herinde på Soho House i samarbejde med Bucherer. Og det navn, Bucherer, det skal nok blive udtalt fuldstændig perfekt lige om lidt. For jeg har besøg af Head of CPO hos Bucherer, Odilo Lamprecht. Hans efternavn bliver også udtalt fuldstændig perfekt lige om lidt, for han får lov at præsentere sig selv herinde bag mig. CPO står for Certified Pre-Owned, og det er det skal handle om. Brugte ure hos Bucherer. Bucherer er etableret i 1888 i Lucerne i Schweiz. Det har været i København i Ilum i 7 år og opkøbte i december 22 Klarlund, som jo er til huse på Østergade og Vesterbrogade. Og med tiden blev det også til Bucherer butikker. Nu har jeg sagt Bucherer nogle gange, men det er der en grund til. Det er fordi, at det er dagens samarbejdspartner. Lad os gå ind og komme i gang. So, here we are, Watch Me podcast at Soho House. And now, I'm gonna say this that I've been looking very much forward to say. Odilo, I bid you welcome.
Thank you very much. Nice being here.
So nice having you, and thank you so much for taking your time to participate in this watch podcast for enthusiasts and lovers of watches. Odilo, could you present yourself in short?
Yeah, of course. Again, thank you very much. Super nice being here. It's always nice being in Copenhagen. For me, one of my favorite cities. Definitely. My name is Odilo Lamprecht. I am the global director for the certified pre-owned business at Bucherer. I am originally from Switzerland. I'm living in Zurich, working in Lucerne, and traveling. Also one of my favorites, and that's, again, happy to be here.
Very happy to have you. And yeah, we just had a bit lunch.
Yeah.
Always talked a bit. Actually, our second lunch together. And talked about you being here for the weekend in Copenhagen. And I know you are also, like many of us are, a food lover. And I must say, that's also for you out there, a bit of a recommendation here. The Japanese restaurant called Bento. You have to try it at Vesterbro. So now you know, Odilo.
I understood.
And let's just kick this talk off with having a look at your wrist, Odilo, because that's one of my absolute favorite watches. So before we dig in the watches and talking about the CPO at Bucherer, I would like to hear a bit about what's on your wrist.
Yeah. As you know, today I took this watch especially for you because we talked about it the first time when we met.
Yeah.
This was a part of a campaign that I did together with Bucherer. It was me and my watch, where I already talked about it. It is indeed my favorite watch that I have. It's a date from Rolex, of course, from 1971. The 1971 does not really have like something to do with me and myself, but this watch, I brought it when we launched the certified pre-owned business back in 2018. So I say to myself, for this big launch, for this big moment in my life,
of course.
I want to have something that remembers me on this moment, and this is the watch that I'm wearing today.
And that's really something in the watch world, right? Having a watch that you can remember why you have it and the big moments in life.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I have already the next 10 watches that I want to buy in mind. I'm just waiting for the big moments.
Yeah, absolutely. Just make another launch about something big.
Yeah, why not?
Odilo, when did your interest in watches start?
To be honest, it started with the big moment for me was when I joined the company, when I joined Bucherer. I always had interest in it. I always found it something beautiful, but let's say my focus that time was on something completely or different things, more like traveling or eating or going out. I was much younger that time. So, but when I joined the company in 2017, it started also to really get the passion in there, to understand much more what it is about. When I joined the company, I was still working for e-commerce. I was not then in charge for CPO. It was 1 year later that I became the global head for the pre-owned business, and then together with my profession, with what I'm doing every day, I learned more and more and more and more about watches, and today it is something that I couldn't live anymore without it. It's
I know what you mean.
Have my own collection. I'm seeing it every single day. I'm surrounded by watches. Super dangerous place, by the way.
Absolutely.
But yeah, this is where I come from, and I'm sure that's definitely one of the stories in my life that are about to be continued.
A bit like myself, I'm not working full time with watches, but it's also around 2016 or so on. And just it was just from 0 to 100, yeah. Instant.
Same for me. Same for me. I remember I brought my first watch. So no, I had watches before, but my first luxury watch, I brought a Rolex Datejust 41. And that was just a moment when it started. And then it came more brands, different types, gold watch. I remember the beginning, I thought, gold watch is nothing for me. Meanwhile, I have already several different gold watches that I love to have them around me and to mix and match with different outfits and different moods.
I think that's so fun to hear, because when I talk to watch enthusiasts here in Copenhagen and Denmark, also been to Geneva a couple of times talking to watch lovers there, we are all in a constant journey, about interest for watches, the material, the brands, and so on. It's a continuing, mix of feelings and design and so on. There's so many layers in the interest.
Yes, definitely. And this is what watches are giving to us. I mean, if you are, I think you also have been already once to the Watches and Wonders in Geneva. It's just like when you go from one brand to the other. I mean, you have, it's not just the product itself, it's also the brands and what they're standing for.
Absolutely.
You don't just buy a product, you always buy an image with it. And this is also very funny if you see like sometime brands or sometime companies trying to change their image, maybe because they have a new CEO or maybe because they just feel like going into a new clientele. And this is also something that I like about these products, that the image is actually a very much important part in all of this.
Absolutely agree. And also you can read, about the brands, you can see pictures, videos, but talking to people who are at the brands, or talking to you, people who are in the world every day, it gives so much more value to the watch that you're considering buying.
Well, it can give you much more value, but sometimes it also can make it vice versa. Like if you maybe sometime you have had a difficult meeting or something didn't go as you planned, or you really don't like the latest campaign or something like this. So that no, now I'm not wearing this brand anymore for the time being because something happened. Because if you're not just someone that buys the product, but you also work with it, that is also something that plays a role in your everyday life.
Also because it's feelings also, right?
Yes.
Yeah, totally agree. So Bucherer started the CPO in 2018. Could you talk about the launch and why did they why did you start at Bucherer?
Well, one of my favorite stories. Actually, to really start this story, we have to go back into almost 2017. It was then when my boss, or my boss today, came up with the idea we should actually enter this certified pre-owned business. And that time, I would say not everyone at Bucherer was really thinking that that is a smart decision, that we should really do this, because doing or working with second-hand pieces, there is like a kind of an image thing that you think like, does this really fit into Bucherer? Is this really where we want to go? So we also had from our side to actually work a lot on persuading our internal management, but also the management from different brands to do this step.
Also, could you consider, if you understand me right, but that you're competing with yourself? You know, you're competing with the second-hand and new watches. It's like...
Yes, this is in the end of the day, this is exactly the one of the points that came up, saying like, but are we not starting to competing actually ourselves? Are we not starting to cannibalizing ourselves? So meaning, okay, maybe this customer would have brought a new watch, now he buys a second-hand watch because the price maybe is cheaper or because it's directly available. And of course, somehow that also happened, but never ever it happened like it would have been an issue for us. So we knew exactly when we want to launch this business that we have to solve especially two main challenges. One was the image. So the image of this second-hand business, because many people, they always thought like, it's a little bit like a gray business. It's not really luxury. I don't really feel like I buy a luxurious product. And the other one was the trust, because everyone knows someone that already had an issue with buying a second-hand watch. It was maybe the watch was broken, it was a fake, or it was a it was not a good quality, it was stolen. However, and we knew we need to find an answer for these two challenges at Bucherer. And one of them is what we did with our stores. So if you ever go and see and visit one of our stores, you will see we try to present the pre-owned watches in an absolutely luxurious way. We curate them, we give them a lot of space, of light, to really give the customer a feeling that he buy a luxurious product. And the other part with the trust is, I mean, Bucherer is a retailer since 1888, working together with the biggest and most important brands worldwide. We do have access to spare parts. We do have access to databases, and all our watch service employees, they are certified for these brands. So we 100% authentify every single piece. We make a full service on it, and we sell it with a 2-year international warranty, so that you absolutely have no doubt or have no risk when you buy a watch with us.
Yeah, because another issue in the pre-owned, maybe especially when we talk about Rolex and the elderly watches, is the paperwork, you know. And some of them are fake, and they've done so correct and so on. It's very difficult to see. When you done service to a Rolex that hadn't got original papers, you actually you give them Bucherer papers, or what do you do?
So thank you for bringing up this point. Rolex is indeed also for us is special, because since the 1st of December, Bucherer is an official authorized CPO dealer for Rolex. So meaning all the watches that we have or that we sell from this brand has been also checked by Rolex itself, so not just by us, not just by our watchmakers, so also by Rolex. And they check again the quality, they check again the authenticity, and all the watches that we sell from Rolex come with a 2-year international Rolex warranty. This is quite a new program that Rolex started last year. We were very lucky, very happy to be the first one to get this title, or to being able to do business like this. Meanwhile, there is also some competitors that joined the market, but that definitely is an important thing. but to come to the point with the paper, maybe I should not say it, but I think this is an important part. Whenever customers ask me, like, how I only buy a watch if I have the original papers with it, or original paper are very important for me. I mean, if someone is able to fake a watch that good that even experts need to look twice if it is a fake or not, how easy would it be for these people to fake one of these paper? So really, if you want to buy a second-hand watch and you want to have this 100% warranty that everything is correct, you only can buy it with an authorized dealer. Other than that, having the papers there, to be honest, from my side, I never look if the original papers are there or not, because in the end of the day, they could be from anywhere or they could have been faked. So for me, it's really important, this double check from an authorized watch dealer that tells you this is original, it is working, and I give you my warranty with it to say, like, if you have an issue, you can come back to me.
So after these years, if I can do a bit of math still, about 5 years of CPO at Bucherer, there is a big interest in the area.
Yes,
people are happy for the Bucherer pre-owned.
Yes, so the official launch, the first day when we opened the first boutique, that was in Geneva. It was the 4th of September 2019. And meanwhile, there is more than 40 boutiques worldwide.
Okay, 19 you started, not 18.
So 18 is when we started the project.
Okay, sorry.
So 1st of September 2018 was the official launch of the project itself. So that time it was still like a secret.
Yeah, okay.
But for me, of course, like one of the most important years then,
yes,
because we had to set up everything. We had to buy all the watches. We had to service them. We had to set up the online shop. We had to produce all the materials. We had to build the stores.
Yeah, okay. A bit of a project.
The launch for the customer was the 4th of September 2019. So we only had actually 1 year time to set up everything. And then after that, everything came one after the other. So a few months later, we opened the pop-up store in Zurich. A few months later, we opened the store in Hamburg. A few months later, we opened the store in Paris. And then Corona hit us. So we did not open any more CPO stores for a while. But also here, this is actually an interesting fact for us. Actually, the pre-owned business was a business that also worked quite well during the COVID time. So we do sell all our watches also through the online shop. So if you go online on bucherer.com, you see all the watches that we have available, and you also can buy them directly online if you want.
So no matter where in the world the watch is actually for sale, you can see it online.
You can see it. You can see it online. You need to always change to go into the country. So when you are on the website and you say, okay, show me everything you have in Switzerland, we show you the whole assortment from Switzerland. But you have the possibility to check out all the watches that we have.
Okay. Odilo, I would like to ask you about, because as you know, I've I've got my own watch with me today, because talking about you also before, but I was a bit curious about the process when you come with a watch. And now we just talked about Rolex paperwork and so on. So who knows? But I have this Rolex Oyster Quartz full set from '93. It's a watch I really love, but as not every, but many watch enthusiast collectors always on the look for a new watch, and sometimes, in my case, however, need to get something out before I can get something in. So maybe this could be one of the watches that I have to let go if I buy another. Yeah, could be another Oyster Quartz, maybe in gold. Who knows? So what would the process be? I'll come down to a Bucherer and take my full set with me, and and then what?
Okay, so for us, it was important to do the process as easy as possible for you. So I don't want you to come to us several times until you get your final price. So therefore, we developed a software by ourselves with a pricing engine that allows us to make a price within actually a very, very short time. So here in this case, we would check out on the serial number and the reference number. So they are on the watch. If rather the reference or the serial number are not visible anymore, the process already came to an end, because we need to know these two numbers being able to continue this process. I'm sure with this watch everything's correct, everything's fine. It's also not that old, so probably everything will be visible. We type this data into this system, into our pricing engine system, and then of course we have to check how is the condition. So if you can see, there is a lot of damages, the bracelet is in a very bad condition. However, we have to, it's like a more like a multiple choice that you tag the different flags where you say like, hey, condition is this and that, and after that you already have a price. So the system calculates the price already in the background with all the service, with the VAT, whatever.
Wow. But yeah, because I was thinking, going down to Bucherer, letting them have my watch for a couple of days and then come back, and then they have evaluated and sort of,
That can happen. That can be. If it's, let's say, a very special watch, if it is a watch where we say like, let's have a deeper look into it, sometime even when they are a little bit older or not very known, sometimes also our staff say like, I'm not sure if everything's correct here, I'm not sure, what should I do, maybe this is an absolutely special piece, maybe this is a limited edition. In these cases, we take the watch to our watch service and we double check them. But I would say in 80% of the cases, we can give you a direct price. And you said something very important, that maybe you want to buy something new. And this is what we actually can offer as well, is whenever you get the price, you always get two prices. So you get once the price for the watch if we buy it. So you can say, I need the money, I want to buy something else, or I need to pay my car, whatever. We can submit you the money to your bank account. That's the first price. The second price that we give to you is the so-called trade-in price, meaning you don't get money from us, you get a voucher. We give you a voucher. With the voucher, you also get more or less 10% trading bonus. And with this voucher, you can go and buy again something with us. The good thing now with this voucher is you don't need to make a decision right away. You can take the voucher and say, okay, let's wait until next year, Watches and Wonder. At the moment, I don't want to buy maybe something, I'll come back maybe in a month, or you want to buy something from our jewelry department, or you want to wait maybe for another watch that comes up in our CPO. So there is no pressure for you. You can come back whenever you want. The voucher will be valid, and you can buy something whenever you want. And I would say this is
pre-owned or also new watches.
Whatever. You can buy new watch, you can buy pre-owned, you can buy jewelry, you can buy one watch, you can buy two watch. That doesn't matter because it's valid for Bucherer, and it's valid international for all the Bucherer stores. So not just the one in Copenhagen.
Okay, so actually if I sold you this and got a voucher and was on a vacation and found a Bucherer somewhere in the world, the voucher would still stand?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
maybe we need to double check quickly the voucher,
yes.
or
especially when
if it's in
me.
Danish crowns, we need to find out how much would it be in the US dollar.
Yeah.
But yes, that would
okay.
that would be possible, because it's also like could be interesting for you somewhere. I mean, you're on holiday, you pop into a Bucherer store, you have the voucher with you, and say, hey, why not? Because I think it is also very important where you buy a watch. We do have often also clients that say like, but they come from different countries, maybe somewhere from Asia, and they buy a watch with us, maybe in Geneva, maybe in Lucerne, maybe in Zurich, because they say, I want to buy the watch here because I want to have this memory in my mind. I want to give this as a reward, or I want to buy this for me as a memory for my trip to Zurich or to Geneva, or when I am in Geneva, the city of the watches, you want to buy this watch when you are in Geneva. And therefore, I think location is also something very important when you come to buy.
Yeah, and it plays in that we talked about feelings about watches and so on. So of course, it's a
beautiful watch, by the way. I would not
much.
sell it if I were you.
I'm not. I took it with me so we can have this talk. I'm not gonna sell it.
So let me give it back to you.
So we're back after a short break. I've been using this break to pronounce Bucherer. Bucherer.
Bucherer.
Bucherer. I've been addressing this in some form of my podcast, and it's just every Dane has a different way pronouncing Bucherer, Bucherer, Bucherer. But the correct way is
Bucherer.
Bucherer. Such a pleasure having you as a guest here, Odilo. Thank you so much again. As I talked to you about in the break, maybe if you can say a few words about the pre-owned market in general at the time.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, pre-owned is a big thing, not just within the watches world. It is you see it in general in a luxury field. I mean, let's say the biggest or the beginner of this business was actually the car industry, where today you also buy a second-hand car with authorized dealers everywhere around the world. I mean, no one buys a brand new car for his first car, and so it's the same. It goes then from one category into the other category. Definitely, watches, luxury watches for the pre-owned business, absolutely huge business. We believe, or we know, it's the analysis that we made also together with big companies such as Boston Consulting Group and Deloitte. They say absolutely that the second-hand watch market business will soon become bigger than the new-hand watch business.
Wow.
So, we see this growth because the watches are available. There are so many watches out there in the world, and of course, what we saw, and especially what changed a little bit, is that a lot of authorized dealers and also brands start actually entering this business. When we started the project back in 2018, I mean, our competitors were only pure online players, such as Chrono24, such as Watchfinder, such as Bob Watches in the US. And nowadays you see on how much they actually brands started involving. It was Richemont that brought Watchfinder. It is Rolex launching their own program. It is Cartier launching their own CPO program. By the way, Bucherer in Switzerland, also part of the Cartier program. It's Breitling. They launched their own program. Audemars Piguet since many years already also offering an official pre-owned program, and this is what I think will change us tremendously in the future. That customers will more start like going into these official brand certification programs.
Yeah. Also, as we talked about earlier, about the trust issue, right?
Yeah.
You brought some. Yeah. Also bought. You brought some watches with you today,
Yeah.
Odilo. And this podcast is for the watch enthusiast, and we all just love seeing some watches, some new watches, some old watches, some watches we maybe haven't seen before. And you have got some quite interesting ones here, all for sale at Bucherers, pre-owned. Could we have a look?
Yeah,
What you've got here?
Of course.
I've got my eyes on this one. As I told you, could you talk a bit about this? Totally cool, the Daytona.
Yeah. So this is a Daytona with Zenith movement.
Yeah, that's a bit special, right? For
Yeah, that's absolutely special. They are not very easy to get. They are very let's say very popular. Also in the market. This one, what I like about this one is that it comes also with a very nice patina, so you really see how the color changed. And what we have here now in front of us, and that is also what I wanted to share with you, is when you buy a Rolex that is 100% certified from the brand, it comes also with an additional watch pouch, with the card holder, with the warranty. And also with all the box that comes just when you buy the watch like this. But I see you have your eyes on this piece already since we entered here. Why? Well, what is it about?
Well, what I love about this one is, as I always look upon when I look at a new watch and I get in love, it's the design and the story behind. Both are on spot here, but also this one, the Patricia dial. I really love this dial, the colors, the patina of the sub dials. It's just so nice. And then the black dial, you know, it's just such a cool watch looking at it.
Yes, but what I always love about, and especially when it comes to pre-owned watches or vintage watches, is you buy it like this, and this is absolutely unique. This watch doesn't exist a second time. To get it exactly this color, to get it exactly with in this condition, to get it also with, let's say, the strap having already like being a little bit used, and this is really like you buy something absolutely unique that only you have.
Absolutely.
Because a new watch, they all look the same. Once they can come out of the packing, they all look exactly the same. So every one of us could have exactly the same watch here. But something like this is you remember it forever.
Totally agree. And then I must say the condition of this one is pretty good.
It is. But it also has been fully serviced. I mean,
Yes,
that's the point that comes here. And there is also the big difference when you buy a watch like with us. If you buy a watch like this, I mean, we're talking here about a lot of money. And if you buy a watch like this with us or with an official Rolex partner, yes, you pay a little bit more than what you would buy if you buy it, for example, through an online platform that is not certified. But we do full service on this piece. It's been double checked by Rolex again, and therefore it also comes in this good condition. Because when you buy it somewhere on the gray market, you never know what kind of condition it is, and you also don't know how many times this watch has maybe been fallen off the table,
Absolutely,
under a car.
But you said it, and I guess it's no secret. But you pay a premium, but you get the trust and you get the service, and of course I don't know, this one is pretty rare, but you can find some similar watch somewhere, but at a better price, but you don't know what
exactly.
what
you buy. You never know if what you get is, or what you pay is exactly what you get. And therefore, especially when it comes to pieces like this, I would always make sure it's an authorized dealer or it's a trusted dealer, that you don't do mistakes, that you don't lose money for nothing.
Another watch you bought, I'm a big Cartier fan. some of the things I really love about Cartier is the sizing. It's a bit a bit smaller than many other watches, but you brought a chunky one over here.
Yes, definitely. I mean, Cartier stands for a watch that is very elegant, very feminine. As you said, I'm thinking of Yves Saint Laurent that has his Cartier tongue that we see everywhere. Most of the people, they don't even know, or they look first at this watch and say like, oh wow. and I think it's also good. I mean, it's not it wouldn't fit on me definitely. Therefore, your wrist as well is too small.
Absolutely.
But I think it's fair enough, and it's okay that they produce watches like this. Also to give a little bit more masculinity on the watch and the brand itself.
Yeah, and you still get the Cartier design.
Yes.
You know, I used to compare a Cartier Santos with a Porsche 911. If you don't know if you're not into cars, you can always see at a distance that's a Porsche 911, and you can always see at a distance.
That's correct.
That's a Cartier.
That is absolutely correct. Yeah, the design is absolutely classic. It's just way bigger. Than what it's supposed to be when you know the brand. But yeah, it's a classic piece. As I said, for me it would not fit. But definitely it's cool. To have a watch also in this size with this design,
and also you know, the classic one with the Santos is a steel bracelet, but I also love the Santos with the leather band. It really. You get a different watch.
Yeah, absolutely. And it makes, in the end, actually, the watch make it a little bit more elegant. I think here, when you come then with the steel bracelet, then it looks actually even bigger. No,
I'm a Santos fan always. Let's go over here again, Odilo. It's again. Way too big for me, but I absolutely love this green dial. This is a limited edition, right? From Panerai.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, it's a limited edition.
It's I don't know, it's olive green, sort of.
I would say it is olive green, yes.
But again, like the Cartier, you get the design. You know, instant. You can see that's a Panerai, but a really different dial layout.
And this watch, like what I love about this one, especially when I look into the color, it just invites you to go outside on the nature, because it's just like this beautiful color that fits perfectly to like these outdoor looks. And I mean, I honestly, personally, I really love Panerai. It's just as what you said. Most of them, they are just too big for my wrist, because I myself I love to wear 36 and maximum 40, and therefore it's always a little bit difficult to get one that fit my style.
Yeah, the same for me. But I really also love the NATO strap. It gives a totally different look than your ordinary Panerai.
Yeah,
always good to have something, you know, else, something that that's never seen that before.
Yeah, exactly.
Should we just go around so we get to talk about all the watches that you've brought? A classic Royal Oak. That's still a favorite among many people, right?
Yes, definitely, it's still a favorite. I think it stands for something, and it's still very hard to get in the end of the day if you want to buy it new. What I personally really like about Audemars Piguet, or especially Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, is the bracelet.
Yeah, it's something else.
I don't know if we see it on the camera, if I turned around like this, and how flashy it is in the end of the day. It's so shiny.
Yes.
And it just like, it's also what you say with the 911. I mean, there are so many watches that look similar to this one, but in the end of the day, it is the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, and if you have it, you have it.
Absolutely.
Do you own one?
No, I don't own one, unfortunately. But I've looked a lot of, yeah, like everybody else. And
we can change that.
You gotta give me a pretty good price, I can tell you. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And the movement you can see on the open case back, it's extraordinary.
I mean, personally, I love it with the blue dial.
Absolutely.
The one with the blue dial in stainless steel, it's absolutely classic.
Yeah.
I myself also don't own one, but this is definitely still one of the watches that I need to have in my collection.
It's on your short list.
It has to be quite, as we stated in the very beginning, it has to be one of the big moments in my life.
Yeah, absolutely. And last but not least, not a classic, a special Speedmaster.
Yeah, a special. It's a Speedmaster with the Snoopy dial. You probably know more about it than I do, because I myself, I am not an Omega expert.
But me neither.
Definitely, this is, as you can see it. It's you have the Snoopy
It's
on the dial.
Yes.
It's also hard to get. It's a very rare watch. Personally, I really like it. I like the design. But yeah,
available at Bucherer.
Available
Bucherer.
at Bucherer, yes.
No, it's also a fun watch, right? You got a lot of colors on the case back and so on. Really like it. So, Odilo, if I go into a Bucherer and searching for another Piquet with a blue dial, and they don't have it, can you write me up for one? Can you? I don't know if you do that, but
Yes. So the point is, we try to really like display a huge variety of different watches. This is what you see here. I mean, we have here we have here 5 pieces that are completely different to each other. And as we've been talking, said you like this one the most, I like this one the most. Oh, this is on my short list. And what we did with the pre-owned, and at the moment you can't see that in Copenhagen because there are still some constructions going on, but most of the places where we do have the CPO, we did not create a sales area. We created actually a lounge, a place where people can come and meet. So, for example, in Zurich, for example, in Geneva, in Lucerne, it's always combined also with the bar, with a nice lounge, where you just dip in and you want to find out a little bit, oh, what do they have? And you also want to come again and again and again. And what you see here on this table is just is a very small selection of what we actually could show you. And therefore, I think it is very important to create not just a place where you can buy a piece, to create also a community. And we're trying to build this up in all the cities where we are present with the certified pre-owned. Means like, if you have the feeling, oh, I want now to go and speak about watches, I want to check around, what do they have? I maybe want to see a piece that is very hard to get, that I would have to make first an appointment. And this is where this should be Bucherer certified pre-owned lounge everywhere, where you can get exactly this feeling.
Aha. And what if, Odilo, I was in the market for a Audemars Piguet Rolex with a blue dial?
Yeah.
But I come in here in Copenhagen and there's only a white one. What do I do then?
What would you do then is actually we take you on a list and we can check out where else do we have Audemars Piguet, and do we have also one with a blue dial.
Okay.
So if, for example, we have one in Zurich, but you want to buy it here, then you have two options. Rather, you come and visit me in Zurich, you buy it there.
Sounds cozy.
Or we would then ship it to Denmark, so you can buy it here.
Okay.
But sometimes it's we don't have it nowhere in the world.
Of course.
But we are able to put you on a list, and then once one come in, we would contact you.
Okay.
Now we have one.
Yeah. Okay. So there's always hope.
There is always hope.
Okay, you're still listening to and watching Watch Me podcast. My guest today is Odilo, coming here from Zurich. Such a pleasure having you here, Odilo. We're near finish. It's been such a pleasure. Just one final question for you. I'm a bit curious. We talked about it. We're always looking for watches. Maybe have a short list. Is there a new pre-owned watch coming your way soon?
Yes.
Oh, oh, exciting!
No, there are definitely there are a few watches that I have in my mind at the moment, and there is one watch in particular that I am waiting for very long already, and we're talking here about a vintage Rolex GMT with Pepsi dial.
Classic.
Yes, very, very classic watch. Those who follow me, follow on my Instagram account, saw that I posted it a few times recently. I think it's just an absolutely classic watch, and I think it's one of these watches. If you are a fan, you should have one of these in your collection. I love the style. I love how thin she is and how smooth she is on the wrist. And I've been waiting now long for this, but I think soon. I think that is one of the deals that I will have to close.
It sounds sounds just right.
Yeah. What's your next watch, by the way?
Yeah, I don't know, but I've been looking quite a bit at a Rolex Cellini from the 90s with a mother of pearl dial. So maybe in white gold, manual wound movement. So
yeah, it's a nice watch, especially since they don't. They don't produce it anymore. The Cellini. Cellini has been removed from the list or from the production at Rolex. Therefore, definitely good investment also right now. Let me know. I'm curious. I'm curious if you are wearing it next time.
Yeah,
in Copenhagen.
I may be. Odilo, thank you so much for visiting this little podcast. It's been a pleasure. And have a nice time. You still have a day or two in Copenhagen?
I'm leaving actually tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow evening, but I have another today and tomorrow the whole day that I'm here. I'm also visiting or meeting with a few clients that we have here. That I'm always happy to see them when I'm here. Meeting also my colleagues from the Klarlund store and the Bucherers store in Ilum. As I say, it's for me always a huge pleasure to be here in Copenhagen, not just business-wise, also because I really love the city, I love the place, I love the food. And
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for listening and watching us. Always a pleasure making an episode of Watch Me podcast. See you out there.